Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud9 here, and I'm here to bring you guys a new Bleach Manga 497 prediction. Alright guys, I am sorry for putting out this video late, but I actually kind of have a legit reason why this video is coming out late. And one word, insanity. And I know some of you guys may be wondering, okay, insanity, like you're crazy now? Like, no, that's not the case. Like, if you guys have ever done the Insanity workout program, like the workout DVD or whatever, then you'll know. Like, that junk is crazy. Like, legitly crazy. Like, not even playing around. Like, this amount of stuff you do in there, especially if it's your first time, if you do it on a regular basis or you go to the gym on a regular basis and do a bunch of crazy stuff, then it may not be nothing to you. But for someone who had never done the Insanity DVD tape, that junk is crazy. And I was legitly tired. And if I would have put out a video yesterday, then y'all would have just got a shitty video, just straight up. I'm not even going to bullshit y'all on that one. Like, so that's why you're all getting it today, because I want to actually give you guys concrete thoughts on what I actually think about the chapter and actually have a real opinion about it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start off with not an entire synopsis of the chapter, because by now you should have already seen the chapter. Not only that, if you're watching this video, I assume that you want to know what's going to happen, or you want to have an idea of what's going to happen next chapter through my thoughts, because this is just my opinions. And if that is the case, then I would think you would look at the chapter. So anyway, to just move on. The chapter, of course, started off with us seeing the Vandenreich, well, we didn't see the Vandenreich leader, but we saw this one guy who kind of looked like Ukitake slash Byakuya fused together. And he seems like he could possibly be, and I've seen a lot of others say this, the person right underneath the Vandenreich leader. And I'm thinking that is a great possibility, because he kind of just gives off that essence, and his character design kind of seems like that, like he's one of the stronger members, especially considering how he's more or less the one who seems to be speaking more outwardly than the other members when it comes down to their overall goal and what they're doing, talking about the Shinigami fearing them and how they have to kill everyone and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking he really is kind of the leader. But not only that, but I'm also thinking that he could possibly end up being one of Ichigo's rivals for this particular arc. Because if you know anything about Bleach, Ichigo gets a rival for each arc, it seems. You have the Soul Society arc. Who was Ichigo's rival? He had Renji and Byakuya. Those seem, or at least his opponents. I mean, Byakuya in a sense was the antagonist for that arc, but at the same time, I still want to say a little bit of his rival, or, you know, somewhere around in there, because it seems like there's always two opponents Ichigo has to face that are, like, always amazingly powerful. So, and I think in the Hueco Moon arc, it was Grimmjow, and then it was Ukiura. And then, I guess if you want to count the substitute Shinigami arc, it would be Tsukushima and Genjo. So, obviously, I think if Kubo keeps up with that formula, we're going to have two for this arc. So maybe Uryu will switch sides, and it'll be Uryu, and then it'll be this particular guy who we don't know, but he's part of the Stern Ritter. And I'm also thinking he's probably the leader of the Stern Ritter, which some of you guys may be wondering, like, why? But he just seems like he's one of the stronger people. So I'm assuming that the Stern Ritter, it seems like it's like a separate fraction in the overall Vandenreich organization. That's just my assumption, because I'm kind of looking at, like, the Arrancar army or whatever. They had the Espada fraction, all that other stuff. So I'm thinking that this group is kind of like the Espada, like his special top tier guys. So that's just my overall thought on as far as that particular guy. But to move on to the other more important thing in the chapter that really, you know, stood out and what this chapter was actually about is seeing all the captains, well, really not all of them, but seeing Byakuya, Hitsuga, Komamura, and Soifan end up getting their Bankais completely sealed away. And the funny thing about that is actually they ended up getting information from Yamamoto's lieutenant that it was supposed to just be sealed away, but then they actually ended up getting it stolen away completely by these Vandenreich members. And the whole deal with that is that, you know, they actually had an entire plan on how they were going to do this. So now it kind of seems like they're stuck in a situation to where maybe someone will even die. Now, do I think anybody will really die, truthfully? I don't really see any of them dying right now, because Byakuya, Hitsugai, especially Hitsugai, because Hitsugai is supposed to have gotten more powerful. He's gotten stronger. I can't really see him dying at this point. He needs to show more from the war. So at this point, I don't see any of the captains dying at this point. But this certainly could actually end up being the downfall of the Soul Society from here on out. Because if a couple captains get taken out, they'll be able to keep moving on to different captains and just taking out different captains. And who knows, they may even have to end up leaving Soul Society, actually heading to Human World and having a formulated strategy against these members while they just demolish Soul Society like the rest of the captains. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that's going to go about. But one thing about this, I'm excited to see Renji's Bankai, because I'm thinking that he probably can use his Bankai, seeing as how it seems like that guy may have only had one of those devices. And it also makes me think about how we had seen this device one other time against one of the Arrancar / Quincy's that attacked Ichigo in the beginning of this arc, like in the first couple of chapters. And if I remember correctly, it didn't work on Ichigo. And that also has to go back to the whole special weapons thing, which is probably the thing that I really wanted to mention in this video. Because I've made a video prior to about what I think the special weapons probably could be. And it kind of makes me feel like, I'm more or less more right about this than I am wrong, as far as what I said in the past video about the transcendent beings and, how their powers are and how they would correlate with the special weapons. Because if you notice, Ichigo was unaffected. His Bankai was not sealed away by that little device that they had. And he also, in a sense, was considered to be a transcendent being. And the other Shinigami, they're not. And I'm pretty sure, at first, visors to me could have been a possibility, maybe. But I don't even think they're really a possibility anymore, because if we look at it this way, I'm like, there's only supposed to be 5 special weapons. So we have to, in a sense, think about 5 people to where their powers cannot be stolen away completely. 5 people who you think that will be unaffected from this ability. Now, Orihime could be a possible person, because she does not seem like she has powers that are anything related to Shinigami. She has more hollow-like powers, I think, because I think Hachi mentioned something about how her powers are more like his, which are visor powers as far as the way he would do his Kidos, and they had to deal with his hollow powers. So I'm thinking possibly, maybe, it has to do with like Chad, Orihime. I don't know about Uryu as much, but Uryu is also kind of the way Kurige talked about him, like how he was supposed to be stronger than him. So, maybe they are the special war potentials / special weapons. I can't think of who the 5th person would be, but I just think that's something worth mentioning about. So maybe it could be transcendent beings, or maybe it could be somebody who, like in Ichigo's group, it could be like the rest of the people who help Ichigo out, such as Orihime, Chad, all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking that, like it has to be one of them. It has to be something along those lines, because if it were just another Shinigami, like, oh, it's Ishin, or oh, it's Urahara, it wouldn't really make sense to me at this point, because the special weapons seem like the nature of their powers are different than your average Shinigami. So that's just my thought on that. But anyway, as for what I think is going to happen next chapter, again, I think Soul Society is going to start getting messed up from here on out. Maybe we'll see Ichigo next chapter. They'll flash over to him and let us see what he can do, what he's been doing against Kurige. And maybe even Grimmjow will make an appearance sometime soon. In fact, that would be an excellent entrance for Grimmjow to actually come in and take out one of the Vandenreek members, or I guess you could say Kurige in this instance. So anyway, these are my thoughts on the chapter. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please rate this video. So if you did like this video, please put a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, then you can feel free to put a thumbs down, guys. I just want some feedback on this video. That's pretty much all I'm asking for. And subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos, you like keeping up with my videos, content, all that other stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.